Good evening. Is it frequency in use? Good evening. Is the frequency in use? PW. My name is Paul, and I'm net control for the Mount Juliet. There we go. We're now in net number 558. Saturday, so we have the 2-meter simplex net, followed by the buy-sell swap and swindle net, followed by the 2-meter sideband net. But first, is there any emergency or priority traffic? All righty. If there is, call 911 first. If you can't do that, call us. We'll help. Net may be broken in 5.net, 146.415.net, or you can see groups. Well, actually, you see us on YouTube right now, which is on, look it up under my call, K4PEW, or Kilo 4 Pop, or AIMTRUSTS. Your signal strength here and how it compares to others. Where was I? Oh, we normally meet at, or also you can send me an email at K4PEW, or you can also join the email group at groups.io. That's groups.io. Look for MJSS, for Mount Juliet Simplex Society. We normally meet at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night. Purpose of that is to have fun and help people develop skills and are worth hearing. We invite everyone to use the net to make announcements. And my big announcements today are another 10-meter net on Wednesday night at 7. I get my notes here. 6-meter net on Thursdays. I mean, somebody needs to do those other than me. I could do them, but it's already, I'm doing 2 nets a week. So anybody who wants to volunteer, let me know if you're interested. Even if you're interested in the nets, just let me know. Wait, one. Tuesday night, we've got a simplex net on. I say we. There's a well, there's actually 2, and I don't have the information. I'll send it out. Under Rutherford County has a simplex net this coming Tuesday, which is the first Tuesday. Is the 7:30 net at Bowling Green, a simplex net 6430 7:30. And then those are those 2. And then there's also the W4EA on the repeater system, which I also sent out a notice on the groups.io site. Does anybody have any other? Very good. Am I on the right frequency? Am I getting any response? He's there. Well, let's go ahead and start taking from the north. And it's, like I said, it's net number 558. Who is next? Hey, hold on one second there, Ray. Mark, Whiskey Bravo 0, November Oscar. How you doing, Mark?
Good. Enjoyed my little foray down to talk to you with the talkie. That was kind of fun.
Yeah, it is. What was the what building were you in?
We were in at a Frist event. They had one night in their hotel, so we took them up on it.
Yeah, apparently that bucks.
Yeah, well, yeah, the docents down there. This it's an event, a docent appreciation party on once a year, and so that's what it was.
Oh, she's a docent for the Frist Center. Is that what you're saying? The Frist, what do you call it?
Yeah, the art museum.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, I enjoyed that art museum.
Yep.
You think I can get a job there too?
No.
I'm not surprised. I've been kicked out of worse place than that.
Yep, I'm sure you could. What to do is, well, there's a lot of study into it. She's got a lot more perseverance than I have. She's done it for a long time, so. That's what we were doing downtown. We were rubbing elbows with the, I'm not sure what they were. It was fun.
Are you talking about the art? I might be getting my name straight, but that's the one that's in the original old post office.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, that's a sweet building, isn't it? I mean, from what, probably the 30s.
Yeah, supposedly show the power and opulence of the government trying to recover from the Depression.
It's reminiscent of those. I'll just call them this kind of the socialist era of murals and depiction. I know what you're saying. It's kind of like the big government nanny kind of deployment, you know.
Yep. It was to try to instill confidence in the folks that we were going to have another depression. And years ago, I used to go there trying to get my tax return in before midnight on the 15th, about in front of that old post office there, and there was a guy standing out front collecting your tax returns.
Oh no.
All right, you just file them online now.
That's no fun. I used to go to the post office, big airport post office, which was the monster there, and they actually had, they'd circle around for about a mile and a half with cars, and they'd have people out front taking the. My then wife would ask me, why do you go over there at the last minute every, April 15th? And I said, my other loser friends that night.
Exactly. Yep. Everybody's grumpy, but they at least for a while WB0 and oil.
Yeah, very good. That was Mark Whisper, Oscar up by the Weather Service in North Mount Juliet, or whatever it's called up there. I think he's still in the city. Is it Wilson? I heard Ray in there. Ray, what's up with you?
Well, another old very rainy day. Whew. Man, I wish this rain around in the yard, drag out towel tomorrow. Can't never tell. It's the same old, just a different day. Let's get back to the net. KJ4 Jimmer.
Very good. And I think Zoe at KJ4HNV. And we also had Ray, KJ4GMR, and they're both in Cottontown. Good signal, rain. Yeah, I some tomorrow. It wasn't really terrible part of today. It started to make pretty late in the day, so I felt guilty sitting around doing nothing.
Yeah, well, we went down there to some place down there in Nashville with my brother.
We'll leave those family issues alone. Very good. Good to have you.
For BTI.
Hey, Charlie. How are you? I'm doing fantastic. Different antenna at some point?
I mean, I have the 5/8 wave that Mike gave me right now.
Oh no, I'm at the. I'm sorry, I should have said. I think he put up a different or an additional H.
Oh yeah, no, I attached another antenna to the push-up pole that I had this one on, and then I put this one back that a couple nights ago with this antenna back up, so that I wasn't on for a little bit.
Okay, well, now you got a good signal. In fact, Rick out in Ashland City could hear you the last time you were on the air.
That's far away, right? I don't know how far that is away. But I don't think I've talked to him before on the 145370 repeater, if you know what that one is.
I may.
It's 145370. No PL tone. It is. I think I heard some kind of. I'm not sure the actual name of it. UR3S is the repeater system, if you know that.
Oh yeah, I know of the call. Yeah, I know. I don't think I've ever been on it. I may have been. I just spend a lot of time on the repeaters. But anyway, everything else going well with your schoolwork?
Yeah, it is. It's difficult, but yeah, everything's going well here. Anyways, I'll let you get back to the net. Have a hopefully. What is the record number of check-ins? Do you know?
I'd have to look back, but I think it was 35, maybe a year ago. Everybody showed up. Well, not everybody, but a lot more than the normal people show up, because normal people show up, it's 20 something routinely. Sometimes Titans were playing, we were at 17 or something, but no, it's normally in the 20s now. And it's funny because back in the early 5 years ago when I started this, half a dozen, 7, 8, it was kind of funny. But now here we are with 20 something every week, so it's kind of nice.
But at it, and eventually it'll be like this. I think that's cool. Whenever you start it, you just kept going at it. 5 years later, it's a big thing. Anyway, let's get back to the net. 73s.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, the first net I did, told everybody that I had an email. Nobody showed up. It was all by myself. I said, well, this isn't going well. Good times. I didn't give up that night. Yeah, he's in North Wilson County up towards the good signal for Charlie, our youngest member of the, well, at least so far, I don't know of any younger ones, but he's up there in age of 13. Excuse me, 13. Who else north? Please come in.
KA3CTP. Got back from a trip around Mississippi and stopped below to Martin Jew and looked at all the stuff at MFJ. They've got some new antennas coming. But I just had a good time traveling around the Mississippi area and out back for the Super Bowl. Place, but not far, I don't think.
I've never been. Do they have a big showroom in there in Starkville?
No. It's a Quantum hut or something similar, and doesn't really amount to much inside. But they're building things like little elves.
Yeah, well, again, there's a method to that madness. They don't rule the world, I guess. So yeah, they don't really need a big presence there in Stark.
Everything's pretty much a catalog. You just pick it out. But he did take me. I did go over to the. I actually met Martin and talked to him, and then I went over to. Not that I have. They've got a new one that is made in England, and looks a lot like an upside down umbrella.
Oh yeah, I'm with you. And they're somewhere in the range of $1,000 to $2,000 or something like that, aren't they? Some of those that type of antenna, but they can be very pricey. Well, very good, Brian. Good to have you in there. That's Brian in Hendersonville. Kilo Alpha 3 Charlie Papa Tango and Jay. You didn't do that, did you?
No, that's Charlie Tango Papa. Yeah, no, I didn't do that, but I did take pass through Tuscaloosa and stopped at the Mercedes factory, and they had a bunch of these GTs, I think they're called. I don't know. They had like 10 of them there. And, they're about $200,000 cars.
Yeah, they don't allow you to touch those either, do they?
Well, these are ones that they're actually sitting on. They were taking them out of transit mode and put them in the mode that would let them go fast.
Cool. That's that's a little cars are a little out of my league at $200,000. I'd have to live in the car is what I'd have to do. And if Tango Papa and Brian's in Hendersonville. Are you still on your HT tonight?
No, I'm using the mobile rig. I think it's a 27 with the D-Star icon radio.
Yeah, no, you've got a good signal, but your audio is a little low. That's why I asked.
Well, I'll have to work on that. Maybe I'll adjust the mic gain.
Yeah, no, it's just a little Charlie Tango Papa in Hendersonville. North.
Kilo Uniform 4 X-Ray Quebec. Whiskey Oscar 4X.
All right, I got Whiskey Oscar 4 Echo. Hold on one second. I had Kilo Uniform 4.
Just remember to
10-meter portion. I was slacking again, like usual.
Well, you know what I said or have said, and I keep saying, we don't have any rules. You don't have to be here. Keep track by written logs, but I don't have a running log. So when I think, well, when's the last time Tim checked in? I said, I don't know. It's been a couple.
That's why I like this net so good. There ain't no rules. Anyway, yeah, everything's good, Paul. Just working all the time and a lot of stuff. I haven't checked in much, but tried to get out here tonight. Remember turning the heat on earlier, so have a good weekend, and we'll holler at you on Wednesday probably.
All right, that'd be great. Good to have you in there, Tim. That's Tim Kilo. Where the heck are you?
I'm over across the lake over here in Hendersonville.
I just didn't. I'd rather ask than make the mistake. I thought it was Hendersonville. Well, very good, Tim. Good to have you in there. And that's Scott. That's the Whiskey Oscar 4 Echo. Is that your first name?
Yes, sir. You nailed it. Yeah, doing very good on this in-house, Paul, and hope everyone's doing well on the net this evening. I didn't think it was going to rain today. I guess that would be a good indicator there, right?
Yeah, exactly. Rain recently that the ground's pretty soggy. Hard to do much of anything.
Well, yes, sir. And although I've got on my property have been very active, and they are tearing the heck out of my yard, at least a certain section. It's kind of me against the moles there. Go ahead.
Are you using anything special for mold relocation?
Well, my plans do not match what the YL plans are. I mean, my plans are gasoline and fire and explode, whatever. And the YL plans are traps and some kind of deterrent or.
Well, here's the deal. I do have some control over it, but you have to spend either way. You spend time and money, and my program works fair a month or so, and put down one of those grub killers because that's predominantly what they eat is grubs. And if you can, by the way, your old email address, you threw me a curve there. That's why I had to look you up. You changed your call, and of course your Gmail account still shows the old call, right?
Yes, sir. That's still active. Understand exactly, and I know that. You should, and therefore you would get rid of the food source, and therefore get rid of the mold. But explosives and.
Well, I'll send you the video. That's I either have it or it's on YouTube. I forget which. I saw one thing that they lit it. It's quite fun to watch.
Very nice, and maybe at the same time I can kind of quasi-till for the garden there, right?
We got another one that's quite impressive. What the guy does in his yard with, I think he used gasoline.
Shoot, I guess I'll kind of do whatever it takes. I'm gonna win, I can tell you that.
Well, there's enough.
Well, that's kind of the man mindset there.
Oh yeah, I mean you could go the whole route. You could and do the gasoline when you find the holes, and I think I'd go for propane myself. I think that would be just the difficulty is.
I mean, I can rig that. That's easy. So, the propane angle, I like that. I like it a lot better than gasoline.
Yeah, I think so. It's a lot harder to gauge how much. Just thinking about that makes me laugh, actually.
But it doesn't matter. I mean,
A hose from your car and just fed car exhaust down.
Oh, that's really diabolical. I like that. Hadn't thought about it.
Yeah, I hadn't either. It just friend of the hole to give a vent pipe, so it just so it goes in there. I don't really know. I find that an interesting method, really. But I don't think I got that much power to electrify my whole lawn with a taser.
Well, I like that. And actually, I've spoken with another ham about that. But rods down within a certain area, with a certain certain amount of voltage or whatever. Make sure the ground's nice and moist, and so transmit that electricity.
Yeah, that's right. Just don't use the electric method directly.
Well, I might.
No, it's it's almost like a game, really. It's me and the left the house. She already caught me putting in an electric fence wiring around the posts for the bird feeder, and I did initially put it up, and then she saw it, wondered what it was, and I told her, well, says, I don't want you doing that. So now I'm relocating the electric fence controller so she can't see it, and I'm running underground wires. So I'm going to videotape. I don't know when I'm going to do this. Might be in the next couple of weeks. Videotape how squirrels don't like being electrified.
Calculating their balls. All right, buddy. Again, WO4E, Scott, Castellan Springs. We'll say 10 for E.
Yeah, it's Whisker Oscar. Excuse me, that's Whiskey He's in Castellan Springs, and I heard another breaker in there, but I'm afraid it's from the PETA people, the PETA people. W8SKA. That's the breaker in there.
SKK. This is Scott. This is Sierra Charlie Oscar Tango Tango. I'm in Northeast Ohio.
Take it.
Big station. Go ahead. Big station.
I heard the station, but I'm not copying what the word that preceded that. Okay, you're on a base station, but you're in Ohio now.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, what kind of? It must be perfect.
It's a quad 2-meter beam.
A quad 2-meter beam. Wow, that's fantastic. I'll have to look up your call there because that's really amazing. We've never had anybody check in from Ohio before.
Actually, I'm talking to you on Allen's station. 48 W48.
Okay, you're and the call was Whiskey 8.
I'm in Northeastern Ohio. I'm actually from Northeastern Ohio.
Alan, how's he getting in there? Very good. Well, good to have you in there, Scott. And is he there, Alan?
I'm going to ask for brownie points. Say again.
And he is getting you in there for. He's coming in through your. Right.
I've got him on cell phone. He's one of my customers. We're just talking about equipment and all that. But yeah, that's Scott up in Ohio.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, I like that picture of his dogs there on that picture. I can't tell. Maybe there's just one dog. A nice dog though.
He said you're looking at his horse, but not the backside.
If it's on a cell phone, and we're going to check you in there too.
For Echo Alpha Charlie QSL, and I'll be waiting for you guys on 10.
Very good. On 10, we're going on 2 tonight. All right. Well, very good, Alan. Anything else good for the net other than the cell phone interconnection here?
It's all good because it's all wireless. No, I just have those antennas. I'll get those listed here sometime in the near future.
What do you want to do? That was Whiskey 4 Echo Alpha Oscar Alan. And we also had in there by a cell phone, Whiskey 8 Sierra Kilo. He's in Dalton, Ohio, by a cell phone. And who else north? Please come in.
Echo Alpha Charlie.
Hold on. Kilo, Mike 4 YRF. Michael, how you doing? Didn't I hear YRF in there? Who else did we have in there north?
KB9RKK.
All right, I heard Frank in there. I thought I heard somebody else in there. You doing all right, Frank?
Just in the mobile here, almost made it home. Guys was at the meeting.
Oh yeah, everything go well on that D-Star presentation?
He got more than he bargained for.
Yeah, that's well,
No, no, they were. What happened is the other guy, the other end in Korea, wanted to talk to him too. So the other guy wanted to, Vector Bill said 73. They were saying good things, but they were kind of long. We're like, wow, that's what a radio check's like over there.
yeah, well, via the internet. I don't know. Don't get me started on that.
No, I know, we know. Yeah, that's why I don't do that. But I use it just for simplex. I like D-Star simplex. Everybody's like upset. Yeah, I just want more people to have it because I like talking digital, but I like simplex only.
Well, like I told somebody today, if you guys on D Star who have D Star machines, let me know if you want to do a regular simplex net, and I'll just.
Yeah, no, and I pretty much, I've been using 535 on the way home from work for years, and people have found me and Bill talking on there. It's not regular, but almost every other day there's people talking on there. So and I've not used it. Sometimes
535.
yeah, that's kind of been on there. And then yesterday I talked to another guy out of there, so it's kind of neat. It's kind of taking its own life, and it's all good with me. In fact, as I scan around the band, I'm trying simplex. In some ways, there's more activity on simplex on other frequencies than on all the other repeaters. So it's kind of neat. I think it's catching an RCK.
Well, like I've said, if I had a D Star radio and I spent that much money for it, I would certainly get on a site on 2 meters, and I think it eventually work out very good for you guys if you do a regular simplex night, even if it's weekly or every other week or whatever. Get like this one. It's how this one got known.
Oh yeah, no, and it's neat. Because you guys flex or the C4 FM, and there's other guys doing DMR. It kind of makes you want to go buy all of them. Good for the manufacturers, bad for our wallet.
Well, it is all good, no question about it. I mean, uh, there we had now I think there's 10 people on this group that I know of, because there's others outside the group that probably caught on to it too. The X700 antennas, and when you think 10 antennas, man, we handed the retailers 10, 10 times two, $400. We handed them $4,000 worth of antennas so we could do simply.
Well, I know it made me think about like if hindsight 2020 should have done a group buy. Hey, what kind of discount do we get if we get 10 antennas?
Yeah, well, we wouldn't have known that at the front end. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, my luck, I'd buy 10 antennas and then two people would buy them, and then I'd be stuck with $3,200 worth of antennas.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. Hindsight, and in that group buy, you don't buy them, we all buy them. Like, hey, give us a deal. There's 10 of us right now. Like, what kind of price can you give us? Because I've seen, on the automotive side, guys do that. They'll ask a manufacturer, hey, if we have 20 people that will buy this all on the same order, what kind of price can you give us?
Yeah, no, we might even talk about that. If there's other people that want to get those antennas, maybe we can get a little better price for them. Well, very good, Frank. It was good to have you in there. I'm glad you made the meeting, and I'm glad you guys got to sit around and listen to Bill talk to Korea. That was Kilo, and that's Frank, and he's mobile on the way back from Lebanon to Northwest Wilson County. Good to have you in there, Frank. Who else? Over to the west then, west of Mount Juliet.
KN4TJF.
Hey, you doing all right? I talked to you obviously earlier, but you doing okay, Rick?
I am. You?
Oh yeah, doing dandy. I'm hoping it gets nicer tomorrow so I can do something. So it doesn't mean to put it backwards. I hope it gets nice out so I can not do anything outside that I don't want to do.
That's right. Yeah, well, Super Bowl Sunday, you don't want to do anything anyway. So, hey, all I have to say, Charlie sure was booming in here tonight. He was clear as a bell. I told him already, Paul.
Trying to steal my thunder, man. Well, yeah. Get over yourself, Michael. Very good. Did you didn't come back to me when I called you out earlier? Were you listening?
Me?
Did you come back to me on when I called you out earlier? I'm just noticing I had you in here, but I don't remember you answering.
You said it's not me, Paul.
Ah, okay, yeah, very good. You're over to the west. You're up next. Rick, hold on. Appreciate you. Number 4 Tango Juliet Foxtrot, and I guess we'll take Michael next. He's west.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, my back is killing me from carrying that generator all the way from Franklin.
Oh, I tell you what, I told you not to jog.
I know it. It's rough. Rick was no help at all.
He probably even gave you wrong directions of the place.
I'm tired. He was driving.
Yeah, well, now I'm glad you got a brother handy like that who can. I don't know. My wife said, she goes, "Boy, it's sure would be great if you had a brother who lived near you."
That would definitely be a plus. But we had a good time spending time together today, as we always do.
Oh no, I say that in a funny way because he is normal. But who's normal in any group? You know what the definition? Everybody, you think everybody's normal until you get to know them.
That's exactly right. And I won't comment about that normal business since I know Rick is listening.
Yeah. All right. Very good. We'll catch you later then, Michael. That's Michael Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot. He's in Bell Shire, northeast Nashville. And in fact, I worked him mobile this morning as I was going up to breakfast up there in up wherever I was, Gallatin Road, and where else was I? On the Parkway there. Who else besides Rick in Ashland City, who was giving a good signal report to Charlie over here in North Mount Juliet with a good signal. So he must have a pipeline in that direction. Who else? Hold on 1 second, Don. I had Yankee 4 Golf. Jeff, how are you?
WY4G, good evening, Paul, everyone on the net. I'm just so here I am. And I don't know if Scott listened to W04E talking about the moles. Jack Russell Terrier. I used to have a Jack Russell Terrier, kept everything out of the yard.
Even the moles, what did he do? Dig them up or tried to?
They see them surface and they get them and
yeah, I have interesting you said that because the Chihuahua I have, she's a very nice, sweetest dog I've ever owned. Really, this a real sweetheart. And when she sees a mole, even under back and pull that mole up, rip him around by the neck and snap his neck.
It's kind of hard to imagine a little Chihuahua doing it because I have a little female Chihuahua snuggled up with me right now. Yeah, it's this one I have. I don't think she would do anything like that. She'd probably run from it, but she would, see them, see the movement and just, I didn't have any. I mean, that in the shade and fenced-in back lot, there were no crayfish. One day I saw her eating on something and walked up to her and she was chewing on crayfish.
That's funny. Yeah, it's funny how some dogs are aggressive about those things and others are not. Because I wouldn't have never thought that a Chihuahua would do that, but she does. They care. And I have 3 other dogs. They don't care at all. They will chase squirrels and they'll chase, other things, but not the moles. She's just
Jack Russell did. She hated squirrels. I mean, the squirrel upside down on the trunk, just start that whole tail, drive that dog nuts. She caught quite a few of them and killed them. That's all she would do, catch them and kill them. That was it.
Yeah, I've never seen a dog catch a squirrel. Mine's pretty quick. The other, he's a mixed terrier, but he's pretty quick. But now that was Jeff, Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf, and he's in Madison. Yeah, putting in 10 hours on Saturdays. I know you've been used to it, but that's still a lot of work. Don, you're up next. Tango.
Good evening, everybody. I'm there, Paul. Good to hear you. Well, finally out my SWR problem of 2 meters, and everything is hunky dory now. I had a bad lightning like 1 to 1, or not even. After I transmitted for a minute, and then today it did not do that. It stayed pegged at 3 to 1, and that was not good. Checked all the cables and finally eliminated the lightning arrestor, and hey, it worked. So I overbought a arrestor, so I had a few spares laying around, so swapped it out with a different one, and everything's good. She's rock solid now. I can actually hear something here before, so that's all good. As for the mole situation, I recommend Dachshund to really pack a 4 in a past life, and they would kill every mole in the yard. Actually, they kill anything that came to the yard. It looked like the surface of the moon. As the grass got too high, stab your ankle walking into a hole that they dug. My one dachshund thought he was Steve McQueen from The Great Escape and dug about 6 tunnels through the yard. So, content for DJT. Back to that.
Yeah, I had it. I didn't have any of those as dachshunds, but I had this dog, relatively small, weighed about 12 pounds. But I went out in the backyard the first time I noticed it, and I went back there, and she dug this. I was in Florida, and I thought, I asked my wife, I said, did this dog come from?
Yeah, my doctors were like that. They the one, and he had like 6 tunnels, and they went like for like a while. Like one went like 10 foot long, and it was pretty deep. Yeah, they kill anything that came in the yard. I caught him with a rabbit one time, and they were all in the corner of the fence, barking and came at the door. And I said, "Hey!" And they all looked up, and the one turned around, looked up, and he's got the baby rabbit in his mouth. He's like, "What? This thing?" Where that came from?
Yeah, well, they don't. Again, that's what just the dogs do. It's not like it's a criminal offense.
No, absolutely, yeah. That's dachshunds tend to dig, and I've had people ask me, they're like, "How do I fix that?" I'm like, "Kill it, because it's never gonna stop."
You put them in a concrete run with a fence. That's what you do.
Actually, bite more people every year than pit bulls and German shepherds combined.
A lot of them seem pretty friendly.
Yeah, you never trust a dachshund, though. I have one. I still have one. I got one. She's alright. She's not the brightest crown in the box, but yeah, they're alright. I don't mind. When they're one people dogs, they're one dog per house. For dachshunds are pretty good. When you get a pack together, be prepared to break up.
Yeah, I'll bet. Yeah. Well, very good, Don. That's Don. November 4 Delta Juliet Tango with a good signal, and now he's hearing better because he in his feed line, which was a lightning arrestor. I had one too, Don. I may have heard me mention it. I had an end really bad. I got to get another one, and so I could switch between radios. But anyway, yeah, just chasing down those problems. That's why you got to pay attention to your car when you're transmitting. And anyway, November 4 Delta Juliet Tango, and he is in Bon Aqua. Who else?
Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo.
All right, John with the I'm doing great. I had a nice nap today.
I believe we're going to have a good bit of it tomorrow.
Nice. That'd be nice. I really should go out in the yard and do some things. I got couple of projects I got to do. I haven't gotten to them.
Yeah, it's that springtime will be here soon.
Yeah, but again, it was like when I lived in Florida. You know what I like about summer? I'm like, what? I said, because fall is next. That's what I like about it.
That's true. It's
Well, no, Tennessee's great. Don't get me wrong, and Tennessee just seems to concentrate some of the heat in July, and humidity sometimes gets up very high. But in Florida, it's uncomfortable. As soon as you step outside, it's
yeah, I've done a lot of shooting down there over the years, and in midsummer it can really get
outside because it'll be because of just the way the nature of the for 75 degrees. So if you walk outside in the morning in the summer, it'll be 72 degrees, but the relative humidity is extraordinarily high. Our air conditioner, because of that, it's not running on a humidity basis, it's running on a temperature basis. So it's just trying, and your house will get uncomfortable if internally. So the house starts to get uncomfortably warm, and well, uncomfortably humid, I should say. It'll be 74 or 75.
That also happens a lot when people just figure they'll spend more money and buy a larger capacity HVAC unit and end up making themselves.
Yeah, so, well, if you're in the mold growth business, it's a great thing.
Right.
Yeah, okay, very good. You had way too much air conditioning for the load that's given, and it is very humidities, and it gets ugly. And then what they do is they turn the temperature down further, so now you got a 68-degree space, and it's still humid as all get you over southwest Nashville area, or southwest of Nashville. KN4ZB. What are you doing tonight?
Pretty good, Paul. How are you?
I don't know if I could get much better. I tripped after my nap, and my knees hurt ever since because they fell right on my right knee. But other than that, I'm great.
I kept waking myself up snoring.
I haven't done it in a while, but I have done it. It's kind of funny that. Yeah, so I tend to not wakes me up, and it'll wake my wife up, so I don't do that anymore.
Just a shout out to Charlie. He was here over here in West Nashville.
Ah, very good. Yeah, I don't know if Charlie's still on the air, but yeah, his signal's much better now that he's got a reasonably good elevation, and he's doing real well, and without spending a ton of money. That's kind of the key there.
I think I got my 2-meter station finally tuned up the way I wanted. I got my general last weekend, so I'm just sitting around HF equipment.
Ah, very good. So you passed the general test. That's terrific, Roger. Enough of them out there that are relatively, some of the new HF, the compact rigs are fairly inexpensive, like those, even the 897s, less than 800. I saw a Kenwood for less than 100, brand new, so they're not too bad.
Yeah, I'm just shopping around. Not in any hurry yet. Before I cut grass in the summertime, so once that hits, I'm not going to have any time to do anything. I just want to go ahead and start picking up equipment.
Yeah, very good. There may be somebody out there who's got one for sale that you may be interested in if it's a good deal for you. So we'll keep our eye out for that. I know there's some stuff being. I don't know what's out there.
I'll be looking for it.
All right, very good. That was Roger Kilo Bravo Yankee, and he's in West Nashville. Got a good signal. Just passed his general test, so congratulations. Moving on up to the down, actually. It's a move up on the general, but it's a move down in the frequency. So, yeah, it'd be neat to have you over down there. Nashville. Who's south of Mount Juliet, south of Wilson County?
November Yankee.
You moved over from east. I got you, Bill. Eddie, you moved. Now you're south.
Yeah, I am southeast.
I know you are. You just.
I hope everybody's doing okay, and so that.
Yeah, it'll be great. Everything else going okay for you?
Yeah, still trying to get my D-Star hooked up. The RF Shark is pretty complicated.
Yeah, all of that stuff that interconnects with the computer, and it does more than just the D-Star, right? It does D-Star, DMR, and something else.
I'll eventually watch enough video to know something about it and get it going there.
Yeah, very good. Well, like I said, when you guys get around to, if you do that, I'd be happy to send out the reminders to everybody that for the D-Star net, if that's what you decide to do.
Yeah. Sometime.
Well, very good. That was Eddie, and again, hopefully lighting a fire under some of the D-Star guys to set up a regular, maybe D-Star Simplex. I just don't see, personally, I don't see the thrill in connecting to people via the internet. I want for free, so I'm not sure what the attraction is really. Simplex seems to be a much, I don't know, not more, it's more practical. It was all about, and connecting by internet is, well, it's still kind of radio. It's not really what I'm interested in. I'll put it. Eddie, good to have you in there. And next up was Bill. That's Kilo Mike 4 November Yankee. You doing all right, Bill?
Just doing terrific. I've been studying what's going on, but I don't have anything new to add to it, so I'll help your evening alone and let you have her all back again. See you, Paul.
All right, very good. You know, it's better sometimes to not have any big activities to talk about. It means you don't have any troubles to spell. Radio trouble, to put it that way. Very good. That was Bill, Kilo Mike 4 November Yankee, and he's
Kilo November 4, Mike Papa, Yankee Victor.
Hey, hold on, Larry. I had Terry Beachy.
I missed about the last three, but seemed like it just reoccurred, a little thing that was going around and hit me every weekend.
Yeah, that's what I remember you telling me. Yeah, it's fun to be having a cold or having some kind of a flu or a virus or whatever kind of problem. Those are a pain. Consistently. You said it had it for 2 or 3 weeks?
Yeah, I still got a little of it, but I mean, there's a lot of people I'm talking to say you feel like crap, like you got the flu or a bad cold. Man, it's some crazy stuff going around now.
Yeah, that would be fun. But anyway, everything else is going good. I mean, you're still working every day?
Yeah, I think I missed one day with it over the last 3 weeks, but been pretty good. Like I say, you don't even run a fever with it or anything. You just feel crappy. So I got a lot of sinus trouble too. Anyway, I'll let you get back to it. And hello to everybody on there. Good luck on Eddie there with his D-Star apparatus there, and maybe get it worked out. Appreciate it, Paul. Everything you do there, man. Sounding good, everybody. 10-4 MPV.
All right, very good. That was Terry.
Yeah, Kilo November.
Yeah, okay. I had my an M. I said, no, I couldn't have got that wrong. Kilo November 4, Mike, Papa, Victor, and that's Terry. He's in Murfreesboro as well. And I heard Larry and in Rockville. You're actually in Murfreesboro.
Say what?
No, it wasn't you, actually. It was Preston. Was in Murfreesboro. And I said, no, I don't think Preston lists himself as Murfreesboro.
Now, this is K4SYB. And anybody interested, ISS will be visible in 43 seconds.
Oh, cool. The ISS is up.
Fusion. And what's the other one? I get all messed up. Oh, yeah, got it too.
All right, very good. No, like I said, if anybody wants to do a D-Star net, don't ask me because I don't have a D-Star radio. But you can. Everything else going well aside from the ISS?
Oh, well, let you get on with it. K4SYB.
Yeah, very good. That's Larry in Rockville. Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. And yeah, here's another trifecta: DMR, Yaesu Fusion, and D-Star. Well, it's actually I don't know what he.
Good evening, Paul. KK4EXY.
We're not on the net, and you show up on the net and you surprise me.
Oh, doing something. I heard Larry now, so I just want to jump in there.
Yeah, very good. You sound good. Everything going well with you?
Man, if it got any better, I'd just jump out and run in. Most definitely.
Yeah, well, very good. Nothing new for us on equipment or nothing?
Oh, no. Thing. I refuse to get any more equipment. I don't have room for the stuff I got now.
I don't have any more room in my wallet.
Well, okay, Paul, just want to jump in there and give you another number. Hello, Larry. We're running down.
Very good. That was Dennis. Kilo 4 Echo X-Ray Yankee, and he is in
Correctamundo.
Yeah, sometimes my memory doesn't fail me, but sometimes it does. Well, very good. That was good to have you in there, Dennis.
NAPP right.
Hey, it was good to see you this morning at the breakfast there, Rusty.
Yes, sir. Really enjoyed.
40 people.
Yeah, I wish I had counted them because I haven't attended in a while.
I kind of wish, and I thought this before when I'd been at those breakfasts a couple of years ago. I kind of, whoever the current president or one of the people from the club would, Nashville club would actually get up and say a few words and then ask for introduction.
That would be a good idea because, when the BibleNet folks are there, I'm not sure if.
No, oftentimes that happens. It just, even though you may go to the meetings, if they're not doing introductions, the only reason you.
Yeah, I think people today.
Now, that was also Tom was there, and I was surprised to see him there. And I told him he must have come up just to see me.
Yeah, and it was good to see you there. And I had been told yesterday that Tom wasn't going to be there, but having previously been told that he was, and then this morning found out that he was back on woods again. He's just like a woman; he can't make up his mind.
I'm glad he's not listening. He must not be, or he would have jumped in.
Like I said, I'm going to make it over to Courtney's one day for with all the fellow Simplextons. You have a great one, Paul, and I'll catch you over on the side.
Yeah, okay, very good. And by the way, if you show up at Courtney's, bring your own pre-stained coffee mug because you can get all you want there as well, but you might want to bring your own.
Will do, man. Have a good one. NAPP right.
Yeah, very good. That's Rusty. He's also in Murfreesboro, November 8th, Papa Yankee. And I saw him this morning at the breakfast. Who else, Sal?
K4TYJ.
Hey, you had to wait a long time. Hurry. Bye. No, I'm not going to do that. Everything going all right?
I was just hanging out on 160 meters while you're taking your time working your way around the compass.
Yeah, well, it's tough. Well, let's put it this way. I don't want to rush people. How's that sound?
Oh, I understand. That you're doing a fine job, and that's grown quite a lot in the last 4 or 5 years. All right.
No, you're right. It's in a plus. I know that I saw that I don't know how many there are. I couldn't possibly get a dozen people or maybe more on scanners listening. I can't help but think that they're doing that. And I'd be happy to have them check in. I'd be happy to have them email me, but it's out there, but I don't expect it. It's just funny how because you've got a good signal too. So I have a lot of people can hear you. A lot of people can hear me. And so somebody's listening Simplex, they're going to hear it or they see it on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I worked in Murfreesboro earlier this morning, so it may get a little bit bigger before we're done. Yeah, it's always fun. I tell you, it's we have more participation on the Simplex net than your repeater machines do. So hats off to everybody who checks in.
Yeah, no, it really is true. I'm just glad they do, and I'm glad there's we used to call it in sales. There was an unmet need in the marketplace. That people said, "Hey, there's a Simplex net. I want in periodic week, or can't check in once a night, but as long as you enjoy yourself."
Exactly. But with that, I'll turn it back over and let you pick up some more check-ins for tonight. Good there, no problem at all. All right, catch you later, Paul. Be standing by, KE4TYJ.
Yeah, very good. That's Kilo Echo 4 Tango Juliet, Tango Yankee Juliet. Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet, and he's Woodburg with a nice beam pointed in our direction. He's pretty far south. Who else, Sal?
Tell Jim I said hi.
I think you can hear him though, can't you, Jim? Jim, you can hear Alan, right?
No, I didn't hear him tonight.
He can't hear you, Alan. He's probably pointed almost north to me, and he's missing you.
I'm getting a little bit.
Okay, very Who's up next, South?
Kilo Romeo 4 Alpha Zulu.
Yeah, it's good to see you this morning, Tim, as well.
Over at breakfast this morning. Enjoyed that.
Oh yeah, it's always fun. Like I said, it's always fun getting together. Hams, even if you're not talking about the ham world, you know.
That's right. We can solve. That's a fact. All right, man.
He's doing reasonably well. That was Tim, Kilo 4 in Murfreesboro, with a great signal. Who else? And I saw him this morning at breakfast, as I mentioned. Who else is next to South? Over to the east of Mount Juliet.
WA4ZHI.
I don't think you've waited that long in a long time, James.
Whole time with my hand on the mic.
Oh man, you're gonna get like frozen hand.
That's the only way I can be quick on the track. I'm gonna update this membership list. Save for everybody.
Somebody else, maybe they'll do it. I actually thought about having somebody else because I'm the one who does it, and I can't. You can figure I've got 250 pages of nets here. Question, because a lot of them are duplicated, but I could go through it time on other things, and I never seem to get around back to that one, you know.
Yeah, there just seems so many people on here now. It's not on my list.
It would be neat actually if someone else were to keep track and we could post it as a list for and put it up on the group site, you know. So it might make an easy way to do it rather than having me do it continuously.
Yeah, if you put it up on the site, the people can print it on their own.
Yeah, exactly. Well, very good, James. Thanks for asking me to do more work or somebody else to do more work. Good to have you in there. The Alpha for Zulu Hotel India. He's here in Mount Juliet. Great signal. And got a great signal for an indoor antenna, that's for sure. Who else? South or east, please.
T4T KN4LX8.
All right. Okay, wait a minute. I got the LX West in there first. KE4TWI. It's up west.
Hey, you know what you can do, Paul? Yes, you can do a pie chart of the frequency by which everybody checks in every week.
Yeah. I don't want to do this. I can put down, in red if you don't check in, or put in like a slight red if it's got a poor signal.
I'll expect that report by next week. How about that? No, I think you're doing good. Everything is good in Wilson County.
E4 TWI from near Watertown. And I had.
Hey, Paul, how's it going tonight?
Well, it's going. Wanted to, but again, we're having fun, I hope.
Well, great. Went to the Wilson County ARC meeting. Had the D-Start presentation by Bill, and that was great. Learned more than I thought I would, but I did learn about that.
Well, good. Now that was on your D-Star machine?
Well, no, it's in-person meeting over at Cumberland University for the Wilson County Amateur Radio Club.
Oh yeah, no, I'm saying, but the whole thing was about D-Star.
The standard, meeting club business, but then most of it was D-Star.
Yeah, no, that's good. I'm glad that stuff is well, to many of it. In fact, that DMR rig I have is I didn't completely figure out how to do everything on it. And it kind of drove me.
A sample QSO with a guy in England and another guy in South Korea.
Yeah, that's what I heard earlier. You apparently weren't on. Frank told us about that. It sounds, yeah, it sounds great. Making any headway on anything else?
I am going to put up this push-up mask next to the house and see if we can get this antenna a little bit higher, because several stations that I'm just not hearing at all. And but I think when I pull the antenna down, I'm going to open it up and check and make sure the radio, what I mean.
Yeah. No, you'll be. Again, height is king. It really is. From a handheld, if you're up on an airplane, you can talk to everybody on, in Simplex. So obviously, well, almost everybody. But you know what I'm saying? Is a high, modest antenna is good.
Absolutely correct. The height is king in the VHF UHF world, as I'm sure you well know. They're sitting on that 690 something foot hill over there.
Oh yeah, no, that was like I told you before, or as I told the group, it's might as well start a net because I couldn't bring up anybody, you know. And, in starting the net really just brought everybody out of the woodwork. So
yeah, well, I hear more people to the south than I used to with the old antenna up there, but there's some people to the north I just don't hear at all. And frankly, people to the west, I don't know if I've got some hills between me and those guys to the west or not. The strange thing about it, Paul, is that I can stand on my front porch and I can look to the south and I can see the signs of the restaurants at the intersection of Mount Juliet Road and I-40.
interesting. So your elevation isn't so shabby then, is it? Was
30 something feet, but you know, still I got a 600 and some foot hill behind me.
elevation did you say you were at?
It's about 532, I believe.
Yeah, that's why I thought you were relatively low, but you can see the lights at Mount Juliet Road.
Absolutely, yeah. You can see the McDonald's sign and the Cheddar sign and all that. So, at any rate, doing that.
Yeah, very good. All I have to do is stand on my front lawn and I can see the McDonald's sign. Oh, if you know where I live behind Walmart there, so you would know that. Anyway, that was Jimmy, Kilo November 4 Lima X-Ray Hotel. He's in north of the high school in Lebanon Road. Who else east?
Kilo India 4 singing in the barn.
Ah, very good, Richard. You doing okay?
What breakfast did you go to this morning?
They had the Nashville has that breakfast every month at Ryan's, up there at Rivergate, and then every other month, which would have been the months. Well, it'd be December, February, etc. The Bible Net meets in there at the same time.
Well, I've been to that breakfast a couple of times, and I wasn't sure which one made you went. I may try and get back up there myself sometime.
Yeah, I just see if I can get thrown out again.
I haven't heard before, and can't hear others I have heard, but I couldn't hear. But I don't know what's going on there, and I'm having a little trouble hearing the fella that you just got through talking to, Mount Juliet. I don't know what the problem is there, unless it's this cotton-picking deal between us. But at any rate, I'm hearing a lot. Loving this antenna, but y'all carry on. Thank you for what you do, and we'll talk to you when we can. KI4SIB back to net.
Richard Kilo India 4 Sierra India Bravo, over just west of Lebanon, off of Lebanon Road. It's east. Wow, we're pulling everybody in, including Stan tonight. How you doing, Stan? I'm doing fantastic. I just need to pay somebody to come over and put up my 160 loop. I keep meaning to put up. Well, I have just enough room to make it work around the perimeter of my backyard. Or it would be a problem, but this one just makes it.
I've tried one that was, I think it was like 207. It was kind of low on the ground. It didn't do all that well.
Now, I hopefully this one will be up about 20 feet, and it's but it's close.
Yeah, I wish I think I'm kind of out of luck for time being.
Yeah, well, I wish I had a lot of things. I just don't have the money.
Hey, did you say you have an FT991?
I have that FT991. Why?
I wonder how you like it.
I haven't found anybody who doesn't like it. It's just really a nice radio for the price. This is like $1,200 or whatever it is, and they're $1,000 to $12,000 on a contest radio.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
No, it isn't for what you get. It has very nice features. It's not too hard to use. I don't know. I like it a lot. I really do, and I.
Fix
Yes, 160 through 6, including the 2 meters, 70 centimeters.
Okay. All right, Paul. Thank you.
Like 4 Hotel Quebec Echo, and he's in just north of downtown Lebanon. Anybody else east? Any late check-ins? Hey, how are you? I got you in there late.
Been running late today. I wanted to call in and let you guys know that we've just started technician courses at the Franklin Emergency Operations Center.
Ah, very good. What in Williamson County? Now, what days are they doing that?
They're on Saturday mornings. The technician course is from 9 to noon. General course is from 8 to 12:30 for the every Saturday in the month of February.
Ah, the month of February. For those of you that have unlicensed friends and relatives and XYLs, 9 to 12, and it's the Williamson County. Is it?
Yeah, Emergency Ops Center, and it's free. And there will be a test session 2 weeks into March on the south side of Nashville for anybody who's interested.
Ah, very good. Now we give an exam for the tech and the general in March, and you said that'd be the second Saturday. Is that what it would be?
I talk with you next time. I'll get you exact information about that.
All righty. Telling us about the Williamson County at their Emergency Operations Center that they're doing both tech and general instructions 12 on Saturdays. And that's going to start what day?
It started this morning, but I don't think you missed too much if you didn't come to stuff. The real fun starts next week.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, you're right. Besides, the tech isn't that tough. At least I didn't. Anyway, 9 to 12 for the tech, and you said it was 8 to 12:30 for the general. Is that correct? Okay, very good. That's on Saturdays. You can get in there next Saturday at the EOC. Do you need reservations of any kind?
No, you can.
All right, very good. That's the Williamson County EOC, the Emergency Operations Center. You can look it up. Easy to find. They're very well known. It's 9 to 12 on Saturdays for tech, and 8 to 12:30 the go up next Saturday, and no money involved unless you want to donate money to the club or something or the group. But I don't think they even take money. Both the technician and the general and the test will be in March. All right. Did I do that right there, Ron?
Yes, you got it, Paul. And you're right. Doesn't have a treasury.
That's my game. It's like we do here. No dues. Yeah, Richard.
I'm living proof that her class works. That's how I got my general.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure. Richard. Okay, I don't want to say anything beyond that, but I understand there's some, I got some monkeys past the test after you, Richard.
No, they do a great job down there, and I'm all for anybody that wants to go down there and take that class because it's well worth your time and effort.
Do a great job, and I'm really glad. You were happy with the class. You were actually anxiety ridden about the test.
Are you implying that Richard's knuckles dragged the ground?
Knuckles, his wrist dragged the ground.
No, not my finger, all the way up to my fifth knuckle. I mean, I'm all the way down there. Yeah, I'm scared to death of that dadgum test. I'm not going to allow it to anybody.
Oh yeah, no. The extra, I thought, oh my gosh, this is just crazy, and it was. I didn't want to know how many I missed, quite honestly.
Well, I didn't want to know how many I missed either. The problem, I passed it. That's all I needed to know. Y'all carry on. Just want to make that comment. KI4SIB.
Yeah, very good, Ron. Please appreciate X-ray 4 Delta Quebec, and he is in Brentwood. And yeah, you guys down at Williamson kind of do a great job, and Richard's a good testimony to that from others as well, that they do a really great job. I'm glad that they're a great resource down there.
Well, 73 to you guys.
Checking. Go on to the buy, sell, swap, and swindle net. Anybody got anything they want to sell? Fine. I can move on quickly. I'm not proud. Negative. Nothing at the moment. I know there's some stuff to the 2-meter sideband net, which is on 144.240, 144.240 upper sideband. Change your mode and we'll be all set. I'm moving over there now. K4P. All right, I'm there. This is Kilo 4, Papa Echo Whiskey, Mount Juliet, Simplex Net. Who we got from the, we'll go start from the, where were we? North of Mount Juliet. Nobody up north? The slow people. All right, over to the west. Hey, I got you in. Michael, who else we got in there? North. KB9, Juliet, north of Wilson County. Anybody? Over to the west, west of Mount Juliet, west of Wilson County.
November 4, Delta Juliet Tango.
Very good. I got you in there, Don. You sound good tonight. Very good, actually. I think it's better than I've actually heard you before on sideband. Who else? Did I hear somebody else?
Whiskey 4, Alpha Whiskey Echo.
Yeah, you sound good as well tonight. Do anything different? You really do sound good. Might be conditions, but you sound great. Like you and Don are about equal.
No, nothing unusual.
Good. Who else west? Down to the south end, south of Mount Juliet, south of Wilson, south of Terry. Sounds really good. Must be a good night. Who else south?
Romeo 4, Alpha Zulu.
All right. I did hear Tim in there. I heard another station in there. Go ahead.
Papa Yank.
Hey, very good. Is that your big 5 watts?
Always, man, always.
All right. Very good. You got Rusty in there. You're a really good solid signal there, Rusty. Who else we got south?
You get me, Paul?
Which one? Tim, was that you?
Yeah. Did you get me?
Yeah, no, I did. Yeah. This isn't a fake one, is it? Kilo Romeo 4 Alpha Zulu?
Yeah, it's me. All right. Appreciate it.
I thought somebody was trying to, steal your ID.
It'd be like the redhead stepchild. They'd be bringing it back probably once if they got to look at the picture.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you. I don't know if any of you remember, there was a thing called Ransom of Red. It was a short story that I remember reading in school back in, I don't remember when, but it was back in high school or junior high school. And that's what they did. They kidnapped a kid, and he was such a pain in the butt, they took him back.
That'd be me. Hey, just they.
Oh, yeah, no, it sounds fine. You got a good signal.
All right, buddy. Let's get back at it. Thanks, sir. KR4AZ, clear.
Anybody else south, please come down. East, please come down.
KN4LX8.
KN4, you sound good there, Jimmy. KN4 sound good. Who else east? Anybody else east? All right. Any late check-ins at all? All right. KN4LX8 here in northeast Mount Juliet, and then Rusty, Papa Yankee. We had Tim in the Murfreesboro, Kilo Romeo 4 Alpha Zulu. Terry, Papa Victor, he's also in Murfreesboro. John, Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo in Bellevue. Delta Juliet Tango in Don Aqua. Maybe we got to call it Don Aqua. That's a better name. And then Frank, Kilo Yankee Romeo Foxtrot. He's in Bellshire. Itself here in the middle of Mount, well, not really the middle of Mount Juliet, but in the middle of the beehive of activity behind Walmart. And so, but by the way, there is more interest in 10 meters. I heard some of it. Interest. I know that, like I said, the big deal that I say it's not a. What Alan and I were talking about that, and hopefully we can do a 7:30 net on 10 meters. And then on Wednesdays we just start earlier with a 10-meter net. Maybe Alan will run it, or maybe somebody else would like to help with that. But let's do it at 8:30 before the regular net on Wednesdays. And then the 6-meter net, possibly 6-meter sideband net on Thursdays at 7:30 if somebody wants to latch onto that to do a net. So you can see it's not that hard. There won't be that many. There won't be 30 check-ins, I don't think. At least there won't be now unless it grows, and then you can share the problems. But anyway, I'm going to close the net. Everybody have a great night. I'll be back on 2 meters in a second. And I appreciate all the participants, and everybody did sound good tonight, even Rusty with his 5 watts.
N8PPY, KR48B. You still on, Russ?